Hey guys, welcome back to part 2 of my FPV drone build series. In this video we are diving into the firmware setup using Betaflight. By the end of this video, your drone will be fully configured to perform its first flight. So after completing the build, we will now proceed to configure the drone's firmware. A firmware is like the operating system of the drone in which you can set or modify various parameters which changes the way it will fly. Now there are mainly three open source firmwares which are Betaflight, iNav and ArduPilot, each having its own use cases. The SpeedyBee F405 flight controller on our drone is capable of running all three of these, but for this build I will stick to Betaflight as it is beginner friendly and is most widely used. Also please note that this is not a complete tutorial. I will only explain you what changes you have to make to the firmware in order to get our drone up in the air. So the first step is to connect your drone to PC via USB and open Betaflight Configurator in the browser. Alright, so this is the Betaflight Configurator. The SpeedyBee comes with pre-installed Betaflight firmware, but you can update the latest firmware from here. You have to enter DFU mode on your drone by holding the boot button while connecting to USB. Now choose your board from here, which is the SpeedyBee F405 V4. Choose the latest stable build of the firmware. Under radio protocol, use S-Bus, and OSD protocol you can select analog, and motors as D-Short. Click on load firmware. This will download the firmware from the servers, and then you can click flash firmware. This will erase the existing firmware and update it with the latest version. Alright, now we can click connect and we will enter the Betaflight configurator. This is the main page of the Betaflight configuration. On the left side we have many tabs for configuration, and over here we can see a preview of our drone. Click on calibrate accelerometer. This will calibrate our accelerometer. You will reset the Z axis, and now as we move the drone, the 3D preview will also move. Now let's have a look at all these tabs one by one. Go to ports, make sure UART2 port is enabled for the receiver. Click on save. Go to configuration, make sure accelerometer and barometer are enabled. You can add your and your aircraft name over here. Click on save again. Under power and battery, you can add the battery capacity. Again, save. Alright, next we will go to the presets tab. Now here are predefined presets for the PID tuning. So we are going to search for clean build, and we are going to use this filter settings for clean build with no RPM filtering, which is the official Betaflight filtering settings. Alright. Next is the PID tuning tab. Now PID tuning is some advanced settings which we will leave for now as we have already applied the presets. You can go to rate profile settings and over here set throttle limit less than 100%, and the throttle mid, which is the stick center position, you can set it to 0.4, or you can fine tune it while trying to hover your drone. Go to the receiver tab. Now here you can get a preview of all the readings from the remote. Now as we move the joysticks on our remote, the values are also updating. Now in the modes tab, we will configure three modes for our drone. First is arming, then there are three fly modes, which are angle mode, horizon mode and acro mode. You can assign switch positions to enable each mode. The first switch we will assign is the arm switch. Arming switch enables or disables the motors, so it's a very important switch, because whenever you want to disable the motors, you can just flip the arm switch and your motors will be disabled. We are going to add range for these switches, which will enable these modes. On our remote, as you can see, the aux3 switch, which is enabling the, on this position we want the arming to be disabled, and on this position we want it enabled. Alright, so next is the angle mode, which we will use on this switch. So on this position we want the angle mode to be enabled, so move the sliders to this value range, and for this position, which is the center position, we want the horizon mode to be enabled. Alright, and later we can also add the acro mode, which is kind of like a advanced mode for flying in FPV. So on this position we can set to enable the acro mode and click on save. Now next we have GPS. We can leave this as we don't have a GPS on our drone. Next, go to motors. Here we can configure the motor directions and reorder them also. So using this slider we can apply slight throttle on the motors. This will spin the motors and you can visually check in which directions they are spinning. And in case they are spinning in the opposite directions, you can invert it from here. Alright, next we go to OSD. Here we can add data to view on OSD, which is the on-screen display which we will see in the goggles. We can add data such as battery voltage, fly mode, altitude, and can also customize this display. Alright, next is the video transmitter. Here we have nothing to change. LED strip, black box, again nothing to change. And here's the command line. So finally we are done with the configuration of our drone, and make sure you follow all these steps carefully. And also a note of caution, never arm your drone with propellers attached while holding them in your hand or while connected to the PC. Alright, so now we can disconnect the web app and also the USB. Now we can finally attach the propellers to our drone. Their directions are according to the motors, 2 clockwise and 2 anti-clockwise. And in the next part I'll show you how you can actually fly the drone. Until then, thanks for watching.